Hello, everyone. My name is Savad, and I'm going to be presenting question 14 from the homework. So question 14 talks about a network capacitors. And for a network capacitor, the strategy that we need to know is to be able to identify between parallel capacitors and a series of capacitors. Parallel capacitors, like the name says it, are capacitors that are on parallel lines. And the series are the ones that are either on top of each other or next to each other, like some of the ones that we see on the figure. So the question says that every single capacitor has the same capacitance of 5 microfarads. And for the sake of organizing the information, I just went ahead and number the every single capacitor, right? So let's go ahead and find the equivalent capacitance, which is like the overall capacitance of the network. And in order to do that, we need to again separate the parallel and the series of capacitors. So if we look at 2 and 3, those two are a series of capacitors, and to find the capacitance between those two when we combine them, we do it like this. We multiply each one and we divide it by the sum. All right, and that would give us, well, in this case would be 5 times 5 divided by 5 plus 5, which is 25 divided by 10, or 2.5 microfarads. Okay, so once we do that and we get the combination between them, we're gonna get a drawing sort of like a network like this, because we already combined those two. So we're gonna end up with something like that, right? Okay, perfect. So if we see that, then those two, in this case 2, 3, and 4, are going to be parallel capacitors. And the only thing that we got to do for in order to find the capacitance for those will be add them up. So this one would be the one we just found, 2.5 microfarads plus 5 microfarads, and that's just going to give us 7.5. Simple, right? Now, how is the picture going to look like after we combine those, right? So after we combine those two, we're going to end up with something like this, which is again a series of capacitors, right? And then for a series of capacitors, we do the same thing. And then the equivalence of capacitance is going to be the multiplication of those two divided by the addition of them. So the equivalence capacitor would be 5 times the first value, which would be 2.5. We go ahead and write it right here. 5 times 7.5 divided by 5 plus 7.5. And that, if we do the math, that's going to give us 3 microfarads.